This is clearly a parody and not intended for kids. Viewer discretion advised. Story Time with Tom Foolery presents Simon's Sword, written by Jen Jenivive. Simon has a sword. It is so shiny and grand. He's always waving it around. It was always in his hand. He takes it with him to work. It's not really allowed. He shows it to everyone. He is very proud. But Simon is missing something. He feels a little sad. He wishes he could have a sword fight. He calls and asks his dad. "Dad, can we have a sword fight? I've heard it's really fun." His dad hung up on him. He said,
"Absolutely not. You are my son."
Simon called Helen. She has a very kind soul. Helen said, "I don't have a sword, but can you fill my hole?" Simon didn't like the sound of that. Her hole wasn't really his thing. He needed to find the perfect sword, one that can make him sing. Simon didn't know what else to do. He put an ad in the local paper. He got a call the next day from Stuart. He was Helen's neighbour. "Helen said to call you. She said you needed a sword fight." "I have a sizable sword right here. Trust me, it's quite a sight." Simon was buzzing. That night, he didn't sleep a wink. He stayed awake all night. Stuart's sword was making him think. The next morning, he polished his sword. It was really shiny. He slid his sword into its scabbard. He felt so mighty. Simon walked with purpose. It was a fast power walk. He approached Stuart's place. I hope he isn't all talk. Simon walked through Stuart's garden. He saw a hole, freshly filled. Whoever filled that is incredibly skilled. Knock, knock, knock on the door. Simon's heart was beating fast. It was racing. Stuart was ready for a sword fight. There was no mistaking. They didn't waste any time at all. They got straight down to it. The sword fight went on for a while. They're both incredibly fit. Simon left, sweaty and a little bit grubby. "I finally had a sword fight." Simon felt really lucky. Stuart was very receptive. Simon gave his all. Simon spends lots of time watching men fight with swords. Simon polished his sword so much it was bordering on cruel. But he will always be ready for his next jewel. The Unsheathed. End. Simon's Sword, written by Jen Jenivive, narrated by Tom Foolery. A very special thank you to Jen Jenivive for sending us her sharp and shiny release. This is part of Jen Jenivive June. June Jenivive. Jen Jenivive. We do hope you are enjoying it. A pirate walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. What happened? You look terrible." "What do you mean?" the pirate replies. "I'm fine." The bartender says, "But what about that wooden leg? You didn't have that before." "Well," says the pirate, "we were in a battle at sea, and a cannonball hit my leg, but the surgeon fixed me up, and I'm fine, really." "Yeah," says the bartender, "but what about that hook? Last time I saw you, you had both hands." "Well," says the pirate, "we were in another battle, and we boarded the enemy ship. I was in a sword fight, and my hand was cut off. But the surgeon fixed me up, and he gave me this hook. I feel great, really." "Oh," says the bartender, "what about that eye patch? Last time you were in here, you had both eyes." "Well," says the pirate, "one day we were at sea. Some birds were flying over the ship. I looked up, and one of them shit in my eye." "So," replied the bartender, "what happened? You couldn't have lost an eye just from some bird shit." "Well," says the pirate sadly, "I wasn't really used to the hook yet." Let us know in the comments section if you have a favorite kind of sword. Long, short, broad? I bet you like to dual wield, don't you? Yes, I bet you're quite the juggler. Gargler, more like. Finger the links on screen. More story time coming soon. See you next Jen's Day.